Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So if you guys remember, in the last video for King's Quest VI, we just were introduced to the guards of this land, and we got past them using a bunch of stuff that we have in here, and we got a pearl, which will come in handy later on. So let us wander around and check it out. And I also need to see how the volume is. Okay, so let's grab a book. There's a whole bunch of them laying around. Let's go grab one.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize these books had an owner. I'm in need of a rare book.
No owner? All books have owners, my good man. And this book owner, bookworm to you, wouldn't part with one of his books for anything.
Isn't there something I can do for you to pay for the book?
Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause?
No. No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does Texas?
No. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle?
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle whacker?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
An idiosyncrasy, perhaps?
Afraid not.
Ha! Then what good are you?
Okay, so that kind of gives us an idea. We do need a rare book. Remember, the bookshop owner wanted a rare book in exchange for the magic book that he has. So this might be a place to get a rare book, because there's a lot of different books around here. But we notice over here we have a spider, and yeah, let's talk to the spider.
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous. Oh, what a luscious-looking hunk of flesh you are.
Thank you, I guess. Who are you?
How charming of you to pretend not to know. I'm Black Widow, of course. The femme fatale of all femme fatales. Know what I mean? You know, I was just thinking it was time I found my 50th, another husband. It would be quite a horror, an honor to have me as a bride. Just look at my beautiful weaving. It's so light, so delicate. You'll never want to leave my little nest.
It is a lovely web, but my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Oh, drat! The loss is yours. I'm sure you'll change your mind once you consider the advantages. That scrap of paper blew into my web from those books over there. The wind just thinks it can deposit anything here.
Okay, so we want that scrap of paper. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, we definitely want it. So we have to get her away and distract her. And there's a little bit of thread coming down here from her web. So we're gonna pull that, and then we're gonna grab the paper.
Hey, don't touch that thread!
Alexander snatches the scrap of parchment, curious to see what's written on it. The wind blows the scrap of paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said well enough.
It'll come in handy later. Let us go and explore the rest of this island. Now let's look.
A mushy swamp lies just off the path. It doesn't look like very good swimming. Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush. Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
My dear tree, is it true that your bark is worse than your bite?
Okay, unique tree. Let's head over here and see what else there is. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of things here that we can talk to, so I'm gonna go through and talk to each one of them.
Hello. Aren't you a bunch of fine-looking young plants?
Apparently, the baby's tears haven't learned to talk yet.
Good day, tomato vines.
Good morning.
How did you manage to fall off the vine, Mr. Tomato?
What do you think? I'm old. I'm rotten. Yeah, leave me alone.
If you say so.
After all, you're just gonna let me sit here and rot on this dry ground like everybody else, aren't you?
Why, I don't know. I suppose...
Ah, never mind. Just go away. Ah.
Excuse me, lettuce.
The lettuce just gives Alexander the cold shoulder.
Good day, snapdragons.
The snapdragons don't seem inclined to communicate with anyone. Alexander says to no one in particular.
What a pleasant garden this is.
The inhabitants smile shyly but do not reply.
Greetings, ladies. How charming you look today.
The wallflowers are too shy to talk to Alexander.
What curious clinging vines are on this wall.
We know we're fascinating, but no one ever visits us. We're lonely.
That's too bad.
We just want to be liked. We just want to be hugged. We've been clinging to this wall, but he's gotten boring.
I see. Perhaps you should find a new place.
Don't be stupid. We're clinging vines, not particularly mobile.
No, I don't suppose so. Well, good luck.
Alexander addresses the grapes.
Why are you so sour, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, we'll tell you. How would you like to have the possibility of being made into wine hanging over your head? And then there's our neighbors, the clinging vines. All they do all day is whine about the Ivy League social climbers that never call. It's really just no fun at all.
That's too bad. Well, I hope things start looking up.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, very interesting group of characters here.
What a curious little black spot.
The hole in the wall does not reply.
We're gonna need to get this little guy, but
Alexander decides to pick up the hole in the wall. A hole in the wall could be a very useful thing. Alexander startled the poor thing. It's run off to hide behind the wallflowers.
poor little guy.
The wallflowers, overcome with shyness at Alexander's approach, cluster together and cover the hole in the wall. Alexander can't get it.
Well, let's open up these gates.
Checkmate! Only chess pieces allowed in chessboard land? That's right. Humans aren't allowed in and never will be. Stay out!
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send the lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
Quiet, Your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence. The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
Well, that was a unique group. But they did drop something, so let's get it.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
It'll come in handy later. Now, we are done with everything we can do on this island. Sort of. We can actually pick up the rotten tomato and one of the iceberg lettuce, so let's do that.
Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me! Hey!
Alexander picks up rotten tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato.
Now, if you're gonna get one of the lettuce, you need to make sure that the next plan you have afterwards is going to the Isle of the Beast. So
Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
there. So it will melt, so you want to use it as soon as possible. So we need to be over here, and we're gonna go to the Isle of the Beast.
Alexander pulls out his magic map. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Okay, so let's talk to this little guy here.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not. Odd-looking you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
You speak strangely, friend.
Strange my speech is not. Eloquence I speak with.
But who are you? And why are you here?
Away I fly my home from. Lost I am, therefore. Has my name too? Can you guess not? It's what I do this branch with, and the way I speak of.
Okay. Maybe this strange little creature will like this weird sentence we found floating in the water? I mean, why not, right?
Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you, I do. Go I with you?
Well, that was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger.
Okay, so we're gonna head in further and look at this.
A pond lies across the path. The water boils as if over some magical flame.
Okay, so one way to get rid of the boiling water is, of course, to use...
Alexander is carrying a full head of a queer-looking lettuce made of ice. The lettuce is rapidly melting.
And it will melt, so you don't wanna... You don't wanna wait too long to use it, so we're gonna throw it into here.
Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable. An old abandoned hunter's lamp is hanging on one of the trees. Alexander wonders who might have hunted in these dense woods. Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater. Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree. As Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
His strange eyes kind of give away who he is, if you remember that boy in the water.
A stone archer sits atop the lintel of the gate like a silent guardian. His stone bow is tightly drawn and fitted with a single stone arrow. Alexander picks up the brick.
I'm Alexander of Daventry. Who are you?
What difference does it make? Just come on over here. I'll tell you my life history if you still want to hear it.
Tell me.
If it's conversation you want, just come on over here. I'll talk your ears off if we can sit down and talk face to face. Come on through, I say. I can show you a path through the forest.
So you don't want to trust him, so I'm just gonna wait until he finishes.
Look, there's no point in hanging out here all day. I can show you the wondrous castle that lies in the middle of the island. Don't be so timid. You aren't gonna listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
That's odd. The gardener just disappeared.
Yeah, it's really odd. Normal people don't just randomly disappear like that. So let's head back. Head down here and use the map.
Alexander pulls out. Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Oh, there's something different on the wall over here.
Alexander doesn't remember that sign being on the wall before. He decides to take a closer look. It's a proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice," announcing the royal wedding and coronation of Wazir Abdul al-Hazred and Princess Cassima. For reasons of security, the wedding will not be open to the public. Long live the new king and queen of the land of the Green Isles. Alexander feels his stomach turn at the thought of the dread event. If he doesn't do something soon, Cassima will be another man's wife.
Jalo, how fare you? And what news have you from the castle?
Prince Alex, how I fare is close to boiling. Have you seen the wedding proclamations around the village? I've heard rumors of the wedding, of course, but I didn't want to believe it, and I never thought it would be so soon.
Cassima. Married. Oh, it is an unpleasant thing to swallow, friend. If only I knew Cassima wished it. Tell me about the Wazir, Jalo.
The Wazir? Now there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul al-Hazred. He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliph had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
And now?
Well, he's had his eye on Cassima ever since she was a young girl. And she is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Wazir is capable of anything. And Cassima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively distrusted him. Cassima has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. I must return to the castle, Prince Alex, and you to your wanderings. May we both fare well.
So that's what's going on at the castle right now. Again, we can follow him all the way up and watch him go into the castle. Maybe we will. We got some time. Let's do it.
Good day, Jolo. Greetings, my fine furred friends.
So yeah, we won't be able to get in, if you haven't guessed already. But we got something we have to trade for a few things.
Your candy dish is empty.
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
Well, get some more then.
I fear that is impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate not getting what I want.
How fare you, good merchant?
A man my age can only thank the heavens for continued strength, young sire.
Okay, so we no longer need the bird anymore, so let's give him the bird.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Okay, so this time we're gonna need the flute.
The flute is only made of plain wood, but its notes are fine and true.
Let's take it.
I'll take the flute.
The flute? Very good, Prince Alex. May its music always be sweet. Feel free to trade it back at any time.
Thank you.
Okay, and we now have a pearl.
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your ring back.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid.
Of course you are. You would be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I am happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
So let us leave. Now we can give the ring to Sing Sing now, but we'll wait. Wait until we have a little bit more stuff.
Alexander pulls.
And we're gonna go back to the Isle of Wonder.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
And let's head over here. I think we just use this little guy on the pile of books here to get the bookworm to come out again.
Hello, bookworm? I have something you might be interested in.
Well, what is it this time?
I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island.
Glad I am seeing you too.
A most solemn celebration.
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted?
Yes, sir.
Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now. This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Thanks.
Not really sure that was the kind of rare that we were meaning, but hey. Let's check out this rare book.
Alexander opens the rare book and looks inside. The book contains riddles and has a page missing. Alexander glances at a few of the conundrums, but finds himself more curious about the one that is missing. What was the riddle, he wonders? More importantly, what was the answer?
You might remember this pattern here on that page that we got from the spider. So, we know the answer to the riddle, but we don't know what the riddle is. Let's go over here. Head up here. Now, we can deal with these guys in a bit, not right now. There's a bump on a log and a stick in the mud, but we're going to talk to them probably in the next video or a video after. Oh, the poor hole in the wall is scared, and I feel bad because, well, we gotta take it. But to get everything kind of distracted over here so we can get the hole in the wall, we're gonna play a song on the flute.
May I have this dance?
Oh, my!
Alexander stops playing the flute, but the wallflowers and snapdragons continue to dance, caught up in the music and oblivious to everything around them.
Okay, so now we can get the hole in the wall.
While the wallflowers dance, Alexander snatches the hole in the wall.
The poor little guy. Oh, I should have looked through. I think you can look through the hole in the wall here. Okay, so again, we'll come back and deal with these guys in the future. We're gonna do a little bit of back and forth right now. We're gonna head back to the main island.
Alexander pulls...
Sorry. We gotta go back to the Isle of the Crown.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
And head back over here. And we need to... let's do the book.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
Okay, we can give him the rare book so we can get the Book of Magic Spells.
I found this rare book, and I thought of your offer.
Very interesting. Oh, it is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days. I guess people believe more in mirth than in magic. Here is the spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy it.
I certainly hope so. We shall see how rusty my spellcasting truly is.
Yeah, no turning anyone into a cat in this game, Alexander. And we're gonna go back into the pawn shop because we no longer need the flute.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Okay, so we'll give him the flute.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Okay, so for this part now, we're gonna need the tinderbox.
Have you an interest in tinder boxes? This one is only slightly battered. It holds a good supply of flint, a sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find yourself with naught else to hold the flame.
We'll take it.
I believe I'll take the tinderbox.
Very good, Prince Alex. Enjoy your tinderbox and bring it back anytime.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're getting close to the end of this video now. We're gonna head over to our next destination that we are going to be exploring. Again, I think in the next video we're gonna deal with Sing Sing a bit more, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it. Okay.
Alexander pulls out... Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Okay, so this island here has sort of been, like, closed off. We can't really get anywhere. But I don't know if you noticed there's some writing here, so let's look at it.
There appears to be something etched into the face of the cliff. Alexander decides to get closer.
Okay. So this one, we're gonna type in rise. R-I-S.
Huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs. Alexander stares with wonder. That's quite a way to welcome a guest, if indeed it is a welcome.
So we're going to end off the video here. And we will continue climbing these cliffs of logic in the next video. Bye-bye.